with Jesus and Mary through the storm. We talk about the storm. It is a storm. And we know that the world is upside down now, and it's not a secret. It is for all of us. And we continue going through the experience with God because we are the people of God. And we, in different levels, each one of us, face the storm and face the changes, face all the pressure we are on. A lot of people are living the experience of having the churches closed down, and we don't know for how long. Here where I am in Colombia, the churches are closed down and there is no hope they're going to be open for another month or so. And that is the case in many places in the world. And we know, as we spoke before in these segments, that we spoke about the church in the heart and how God is probably calling us to review our relationship with the true temple, the temple in the heart. As Jesus was talking to the Samaritan woman when she said that the Jews were claiming that to worship God they had to go to Jerusalem, that they worship Jesus in Jerusalem, worship God. And then Jesus told the Samaritan woman there's going to come a time where not in Jerusalem or here at Jacob's well God will be worshipped. And he was talking about something like today. Today we don't have access to the temples, and we are called by God to worship Him in the heart. And we don't know for how long. But it is like people going to prison, people going to war, they don't have a chance to have the sacraments, and they don't have a chance to go to Mass. So we are dealing with a new life, and a life that is extremely challenging, and is a life that brings unpredictable situations in each one of our lives. We all face a different situation. Some have problems with their jobs because they might be losing them. Some have their own companies and industries, and a lot of people depend on them, and each one of us has a story. Some people are homeless, and who knows, I mean, this is so incredible and affects everybody around the world. So the main thing about reflecting upon our daily life under these circumstances is what we're doing in relationship with God, because it's the only way we can survive. You know, we not only have to be attentive to our physical health. We know there is a virus and it's pretty much out of hand. Nobody really knows how it works. Nobody really knows exactly how it is transmitted, which is something really scary. And we don't know how long this is going to last before they have a vaccine or a remedy for this. And also, we have to be alert and attentive, to be careful with our mental health, emotional health. And all of this is part of the challenge. Is a war against an invisible enemy. And you know, every war in history, man knew the enemy and knew where the enemy was at a given time. There were ambushes here and there, but usually the enemy was known to be here and to be there, and people were able to run away or to prepare to defend themselves. But this enemy, we have no idea how he moves, so it's pretty scary. But at the same time, we are not alone, and we are the people of God. So if we believe that, and we trust in God, and we have knowledge of what God can do in our lives, we have to believe and trust in His protection, and also abandon ourselves in His will. Because, you see, a plague like this will kill good people and bad people, and will kill everybody. It's like the sun shines for everyone, right? and so is a plague. So when bad people die, they have their own day with the Lord. When good people die, they have their own day with the Lord. So it's about who you are and about what you do in relationship with God. At the end of the day, this is what counts. So it's very important that we have clear what we are doing. It's not that we are to be afraid, because if we are true Christians and we have true faith, fear is not in our agenda. We should get ready of fear, because fear is lacking faith. That's what it means, lacking faith, no faith. So the fear doesn't come from God. That's why every time an angel appears, every time Jesus appeared after resurrection, the first words that came out of his mouth were, "Do not be afraid, it's me." And so is the angel speaking to people when they come as messengers from God. The first thing they do is say, "Don't be afraid." And we have to understand that as people of God, we have to hear that. Do not be afraid. That's what God is telling us. So if we are able to live without fear, all these changes and all these trials, we will be very effective as children of God, because we need to be strong. We need to be alert. We need to be vigilant, but we also have to be missionaries. We have to bring God to people with our testimony. We have to be the witnesses, and witnesses to show the world, to show people that God dwells in us, that our faith is real, and this is the time to testify. Show your faith. Show the reality of your faith, how deep it is, how real it is, how much of God is in you.